Hi, I'm John Maxwell. When the top companies in the world are looking for trainers, speakers, and coaches, there's one name that stands above the rest, and that's Maxwell Leadership. Our certified team members have gotten proven results for companies all over the globe, and our reputation, I'm proud to say, is second to none. Some of our members have risen to the top of their profession, including the one you're going to meet today. I proudly introduce you to my friend Bob Fabian Zinka.
Welcome to the Leadership and Success Podcast with your host, Coach BZ, where we help you lead with purpose and succeed with impact. If you're ready to grow into the kind of leader others want to follow, this podcast is for you. If you're determined to elevate your success and leave a lasting legacy, this podcast is for you. As my mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell reminds us, everything rises and falls on leadership. Our goal is simple: to inspire you, challenge you, and equip you with insights that can transform the trajectory of your leadership journey. Welcome aboard to another episode of the Leadership and Success Podcast with Coach BZ.
Hello, this is Gaëlle Koanda reporting live from Denver, Colorado with some SheLeadsTech updates. We have so much coming up soon. First of all, we have a 2 days CISA bootcamp happening on September 6th and 7th. 2 days designed to help more women get certified and step confidently into risk and leadership role. We are also taking a group of women to a Women in Technology event. If you know me, you know that my network is my net worth, because visibility and access change everything. We'll be also taking women to some other networking event. And none of it will be possible without our incredible sponsor, Advanced 360. Advanced 360 is not just a supporter. They are a true partner in this mission. From day one, they back my vision of getting more women into cybersecurity, leadership, and certification. They invest in people. They believe in representation. Yes, representation does matter. And they have helped us make real lasting impact. So thank you so much, Advanced 360, for standing beside us as we climb. And speaking of climbing, January 23, 2026, save the date for SheLeadsTech signature event. And we'll be climbing and carrying others with us, because we rise higher together. Stay tuned, more coming up soon. That was Gaëlle Koanda signing off from Denver, Colorado.
All right, we have a special guest here on the Leadership and Success podcast today, Saturday. And before I introduce her, as you guys know, we are going to do what is our tradition. We spent a moment of gratitude. This is where we just take a moment to be grateful. So you already know the drill. If you would maybe close your eyes, take a deep breath, and slow down your nervous system and think about one thing that you are grateful for right now. And today I am so grateful. It looks like spring is just around the corner. I believe it's this Sunday. Across America, we are going to be changing our clocks, right? Spring ahead. And I am just grateful for the change of season. And sometimes, it doesn't take very, very much to be grateful for, just knowing that you are alive and that you can just observe this beauty and nature and just know everything that is happening around you. I know there's a lot of chaos and a lot of things we could be worried about, but if you can just spend a moment to be grateful for something, I think it really makes a big difference. So let us know in the comment, what are you grateful for today? And also let us know where you are joining us from. And then if you have a question for my guest, please type it in the comments as well. We will answer live. Okay, let me see if I can properly introduce our guest today. So today I am really honored and privileged to be speaking to a cybersecurity expert. Her name is Gaëlle Koanda. She's certified with CISA, CISM, and PMP. She's a cybersecurity professional, community builder, and a global advocate for leadership development in cybersecurity. She serves as the Vice President of Education at ISACA, Denver chapter. She's the founder of SheLeadsTech Colorado, founder of Women in Cybersecurity, Cote d'Ivoire, and Burkina Faso. Those two countries are in Africa, so French-speaking Africa. So Gaëlle is passionate about building cybersecurity ecosystems that expand opportunity, strengthen digital trust, and empower the next generation of leaders across continents. That's why she is here. Her leadership bridges North America and Africa, helping develop the future of cyber workforce while advancing governance, risk, and compliance excellence. All right, without any further ado, please help me welcome the one and only Gaëlle Koanda. All right, good morning, Gaëlle. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me today. And
Absolutely.
how are you doing yourself?
Great, great. And I know you speak French. I'm being originally from Burkina Faso. As you know, I am originally from the Congo, French Congo. Donc, soyez la bienvenue. So,
Merci.
let me ask you this. What is one thing you are grateful for today?
One thing that I'm grateful today, I'm grateful for my son. I have an 8 year
Yes,
old. I'm grateful for him.
that's beautiful. Wow.
Mhm.
It's really amazing how these kids just grow up so quickly.
Fast.
Yeah. Our first child, she's 24 years old now, but it looks like she was
Wow.
born yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
She
Time
will
flies.
always be my baby. But anyway,
Yes.
uh, what is something about you that most people may not know when they first meet you?
um when people meet me, because I'm very chatty and extrovert, people that know me very, very, very well know that sometimes I can be very shy.
Wow.
But this is something people don't know about me.
Yeah, because I've seen you on LinkedIn. You are on a lot of stages speaking and
Yes,
speaking
it, it
conferences.
it's funny. I was speaking with a friend last year at Rocky Mountain, and he came in. He told me that there's a woman that came to me and said, "Oh, I did not know that girl can talk. I am glad. She's
Yeah.
very shy." And then he's like, in his head, he was like, "I don't know if we're talking about the same guy." I'm like,
Yes.
depending on the setting. So this is something that people don't know about me. And the other
Mhm.
thing, I know you asked for one. My goal is to move back for Africa in the next 5 years.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. But I am really impressed in the work you are doing in both Ivory Coast and your country of origin, Burkina Faso. I know cybersecurity is definitely growing there. And by the way, before we get started, I want to say big congratulations. You got the Apex Award, right? The Emerging Leader of the Year. That is a big deal. So,
Thank you so much.
félicitations. Très, très bien. So maybe the first question I want to ask, every leader tend to have like a defining origin story. What first inspired you to pursue a career in cybersecurity?
I did not start in cybersecurity. My background was in business management, actual science, and finance. And what drew me into cybersecurity was, first of all, I was not making enough money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be transparent. And then I did not want to go back to school for medical school or pharmacy, because when you go to medical school is more secure. Let's add that. And then did some research, and I heard about IT auditing. Since I had a finance background, I had my bachelor's in finance, and I also work with a CPA firm. I was like, okay, let's do IT auditing. So I did my research, and I heard that I was in Atlanta. There was the school where I got my bachelor was offering a 1 year program for master in information system audit and control.
Wow.
And then I just went. And
Yes.
then cybersecurity is not just about technology.
Mhm.
It is about protecting people, businesses, and society. And then I get bored easily. And cybersecurity is so, I mean, technology in general is so innovative. that I also fell in love with something that's changed all the time. So you have to be learning. You don't get bored. So this is how I
Yes.
started cybersecurity.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because, like you said, you studied finance before transitioning into cyber governance and audit. What lessons from finance kind of shaped the way you think about risk and digital trust today?
Okay. I mean, finance teaches you how to think about risk, what is risk, accountability, and decision making. And in GRC, I mean, governance risk, yeah, in GRC, we do the same thing. Governance risk and compliance, we do the same thing. We
Yes.
evaluate the risk, we prioritize investment, and we protect organizational value. So my finance background helped me translate cybersecurity risk into business language executive understand. I believe so.
Yes. Wow, that is quite fascinating. But looking back at the early days of your career, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced breaking into cybersecurity? And also, to be frank, especially in America, no, the cybersecurity
Yes.
space wasn't really meant for people who look like us, right? You are a
Yeah.
woman, you are black, and
Mhm.
you are an immigrant. So,
And it's still
what
like
did
that,
you have to
unfortunately.
yeah, what did you have to overcome to become an expert in this field in the US?
You know, my first cybersecurity job was a disaster. I was an IT consultant, and they put me on big project. I was flying to Seattle to work with AWS stuff like that. It was very hard. The
Hmm.
men, I mean, they were all men. I was pregnant with my child, and they will just throw acronyms that I don't know. And at that time, I did not know that I can Google. You
Hmm.
know, I thought that I was dummy. You know that I will never understand, but it's not. It was not. It was not. It was not easy. For example, after coming back from maternity leave, and while I was in maternity leave, I lost my brother.
Oh no,
And
sorry to hear that.
then coming back, and they knew that I was new in Colorado because I moved from Georgia to Colorado,
Hmm.
and I did not have a family. I'm a first generation immigrant. They were flying me to Seattle with a
Mm,
6 week old. So that was one of the challenge.
yes.
And then I had to work hard to prove credibility, earn certification,
Hmm.
build trust. I used to say that I'm not technical. I would never say that anymore. Anything you can Google, you can
Yes.
learn. And we have AI now, you can go and learn. No one like is just working harder. And then also cybersecurity is also who you know.
Hmm.
Like if you I like to say that my network is my net worth.
Yes.
And I learn it by going to events. I will like I will go to some networking event and I will not see any black and sometimes no black woman. But
Mm,
now I don't let my color define me. I like to say that I
yes.
don't even know if I'm black, white, or
Hmm.
Latina. I don't really know.
Yes.
And then I start observing networking. And then I was like, okay, I start joining boards and I'm like, okay, let's try to give other what I wish someone had offered me when I
Yes.
first started.
Wow.
And I think like the challenge I went through built the resilience and shaped the leader I am today. So
Wow.
I'm just giving back what I wish someone had given to me to make my life
Yes.
easier.
Wow. That is so wonderful and inspiring. And if you want, you can get a cup of water if that's going to help. Uh,
Okay,
but I really love our conversation. Wow. I mean, you can go ahead and get water while
sure.
I
Okay,
give
thank you.
the people here. But yes, I am just so inspired, I don't know, by people like Gaëlle, an immigrant like I am, coming to a completely different country. So her original language is French, and now she has to learn English with the American accent, which again it changes depending on where you live in America. Having so many challenges ahead of her, but still, moving forward and not making excuses. And really, in our own way, achieving the American dream. That is really quite amazing. So it is really a great honor to be speaking with you, Gaëlle. And another thing I would like to ask, kind of asking you about your experience across multiple global organizations. I think it can offer us some valuable lessons. So you've worked across organizations like BAE System. I believe you are still there as a cybersecurity expert. Ball Aerospace and Western Union. Those are pretty big global organization. What leadership lesson did each environment kind of teach you about cybersecurity governance?
All right. Western Union taught me about cybersecurity in global financial system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if you know, but Ball Aerospace is now BAE.
Yes.
BAE acquired Ball Aerospace, and Ball Aerospace is one of the newest sector. So I work for BAE Space and Mission System.
Wow.
Um, Almost, I'm going to my fourth year now, and
Yes.
then I did not know that I was going to last there even 2 years,
Wow.
because everybody knows that in aerospace is all about, we call it the white man club,
Mm-hmm.
right? And me with an accent, African, and then I was talking about acronyms earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that cybersecurity was the world of acronyms. You know,
I guess it could
aerospace
be.
is worse.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yes.
aerospace is worse. Like and then for example, we don't use the same like for example in IT compliance, I used to ask evidence to my control owner or like asset owner.
Mm-hmm.
Over there we say artifacts, so I have
Yes.
to relearn, and
Yes.
then and also it taught me something. I'm grateful for my organization. I
Mm-hmm.
landed in a great department. They taught me that cybersecurity is there's nothing perfect.
Yes. Yes.
It's progress,
Mm-hmm.
progress of a perfection. And then
Yes.
they also showed me the importance of the security in a mission critical environment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they also showed me that the most important that we think like that we are protecting other human.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we do work with NASA. We are a defense contractor. We
Mm-hmm.
send people in the space. We send like staff in the space, and sometimes there are
Yes.
people in it. So we are protecting people first
Wow. That
before it.
is
And
that
so
is quite a great way of looking at cyber, because I think many times people focus too much on the technology and they forget about the people and the processes and governance. It's
and,
wow.
and then I would like to add that BAE really invest in their employees. I'm
Mhm.
grateful for them. They paid for my certificates. Right now I'm in school. They are getting to. I would like to get a better understanding of CMMC, so I'm about to become
Mhm.
a certified CMMC assessor. So
Nice.
they put people first, and
Hmm.
and this is something that my current organization taught me, and I'm also applying that outside my organization. People
Wow.
first.
That is so beautiful. So many cybersecurity professional, they want to transition, right, from just being a technical person into some type of leadership role. What
Mhm.
skills have helped you make that transition?
You know what? The ability to influence without a title.
Yes.
First, understand the business,
Mm.
um, and then communication. I'm still working on that. I'm
Yes.
doing Toastmaster right now,
Wow.
and
You are quite busy.
reading. Yeah, I hate reading, but reading is very important. And also, I mean, leadership in cybersecurity is aligning security with business goal.
Yes.
If you want to go transition into leadership in cybersecurity, don't talk like with acronyms. We know that
Hmm.
you know. Try to
Yes.
explain stuff. The board is not technical. The
Hmm.
people that have the money, they are not technical. You
Yes.
know what I mean? So try to talk like a business person.
Wow, that is really insightful. Actually, that is so true because when
Mm-hmm.
I left Monterey, I came to Silicon Valley 2014,
Mm-hmm.
so that's 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I decided to actually get a Master of Business Administration for that very same reason. Because
Mm-hmm.
just being technical doesn't work with the board, doesn't work with senior management, because the CFO
Exactly.
wants to know, what are you going to do for me? Why
Yeah,
do I
why
need
you
to
wanna
spend so
pay for
much
this?
money? Exactly. And you have to be able to explain it in a way that makes sense to a business person.
Because what's the ROI of me buying this system?
Exactly. And
What's the return on
ROI,
investment?
that's right, return on investment. So you have to know the business of your company and then figure out how to align your cybersecurity program to those objectives. That is so key. So when we talk about governance, risk, and compliance, but it's sometimes underestimated compared to engineering role.
Yes.
Why is GRC actually one of the most strategic function in cybersecurity? You think?
You know, GRC, governance and compliance. Um, you know, before when I started in GRC, I'm like, no, I want to become a network engineer. To me, I feel like over there they were more like I thought that I was not contributing, that I was just like no one wanted to meet me and talk to me because they don't understand why I'm telling them to do this, why
Mhm.
I'm asking for evidence, but now I'm glad I stay in GRC. Governance, risk, and
Yes.
compliance connect cyber security with business strategy. Okay?
Yes.
Engineers, they build the tools, which is also important, right?
Hmm.
But GRC, I mean, ensure organization make the right security decision. So without governance, security become reactive instead of strategic. Make sense?
Wow, that is quite powerful. Let me ask you this: what motivates you to really try to develop, especially women cybersecurity professionals, not just in America but in Africa as
You
well, having
know,
this global impact?
there are something that they did not teach me in school. You
Hmm.
know, I mean, I was a student in high school and also in college. You know,
Yes.
and I thought that life was get is what you go get a certificate or get a
Hmm.
diploma and then you get a job. No, they did not teach me confidence in school. They did not teach me like I said, confidence to believe in myself.
Hmm.
They did not teach me to say no, to have boundaries. You know,
Yes.
they did not teach. Those are stuff they did not teach, and these are things that will help you be a great leader, either in
Yes.
cybersecurity or elsewhere. So my philosophy is climb, carry, connect, network. Like I said, my network is my net worth.
Yes.
Carry, bring order with you, build strong community because we are stronger together.
Hmm. That is quite powerful because this leads me then to the question, especially the work you are doing in Africa, right? So you founded SheLeadsTech in Colorado, and you are
Mhm.
the first women in cybersecurity chapter in Francophone Africa. We said Burkina Faso and Cote
And
d'Ivoire.
I
That's
because
never been done. Well, it's Cote d'Ivoire, it's not Ivory Coast. But anyway,
yeah,
yeah. So what inspired you to create this initiative? That is quite impressive.
because like I said, like because why did create it in Africa? Or why
Hmm.
do I create like everything like in America, in Africa?
Yes.
It's because I said I wish I'm just giving what I wish someone had given to me.
That's powerful.
We do have, this is what motivates me, and
Hmm.
also we are stronger together.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, and there is no like there is no loss. Like what is his name? Magic Johnson said
Mhm.
last year at RSA. He said, don't worry about the money. make the
Yes.
impact, and the money will follow. And I
Wow.
strongly believe it, and I can
I like that.
already start seeing that. So I'm
Yes.
giving and I'm also investing in myself at the same time.
Yes.
You cannot pour from an empty cup.
True.
The thing about me, I'm very authentic, I'm very straight.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Wow, that is really powerful, and I think I thought I took a picture of it. I can't find it now, but you even wrote also right in French about cyber security. I think it
You,
was the African magazine, was it?
yes, they feature me. Yeah, they asked for me. They interviewed me, so I think they're gonna publish a video
Yeah.
sometime
Par exemple,
next week.
la tribune cyber attack contre Air Côte d'Ivoire. That is
Yes,
pretty
I
cool.
wrote an article about it.
Yeah.
And then something that is in the pipeline. Am I paying you to ask for advice? I want to start doing a weekly video
Oh, nice.
while I'm talking in French
Hmm.
and talking to organization in Africa.
Wow, that
Just
is
yeah,
powerful.
just is in the pipeline.
So, what are some of the biggest barrier you still see women still face entering cybersecurity
It's
leadership roles today?
I always said it and I will say it again. I even wrote an article. I haven't published. I might publish it tomorrow or Monday,
Hmm.
International Women Day. We have to stop making noise.
Yes.
We never hear that men in cybersecurity. Women were the
Yes.
first in cybersecurity before men. I don't know if
Mm.
you know.
No, I didn't know
And
that.
now, for the past 5 years, we like 25% globally with all the
Yes.
money we invest. One of the
Hmm.
challenge that I'm seeing is that women don't help women. I don't know why.
Mm.
When a woman get to a certain level, you will see that the people below her are men. I don't know if she's scared that if she start bringing women, she'll get fired or something. I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
And then, yeah, this is one of the biggest challenge.
I see.
Yeah, we are
So,
stronger together. Yeah, this is one of the biggest challenge that I see. And then
okay, and you see that pretty much across the board.
everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what can organization then do, or and even male allies to kind of help build more inclusive
We need
cybersecurity
to
teams?
advocate more for them and also show them that we are stronger together. Not
Yes.
because you mentor that person, and even if you mentor her and she become better, then you should be proud.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of my mentor that said something that really hurt and stayed with me. And after that, I'm like, I will never look for a mentorship from a young woman. I will always look
Really?
for mentorship from a someone that is who is in her 50s or 60s. She's like, oh, you made it now. You don't need me. You know?
Wow.
And it really hurt me. I don't know if she listened to this one day. I mean,
Yes.
it really hurt me because the point was not to make it or something. The point was to get better,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
Wow.
become better, and you should be
True.
proud. We are
But
not competitors.
yeah, because actually, when it comes to leadership, you learn both ways. No? The mentor learns from the mentee, and the mentee learns from the mentor. Uh, and
And
if you're
open.
gonna lead, you have to lead with an open
Yes,
heart. And
mentorship is not a one way; it's a two way. And they also, I read somewhere that if there is a mentorship and the mentor is not benefiting from the mentee, this mentorship is a waste of time.
yes,
And actually, the mentor should be benefiting 6 times more than the mentee.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe that. Wow. Okay, so let's talk about kind of like your global impact, global cybersecurity, and what you're doing with Africa's digital future, because you've worked to connect cybersecurity community between North America and West Africa. What
Mhm.
opportunity do you see for Africa in the global cybersecurity ecosystem?
Africa is, I mean, you might think I'm biased because my heart is from Africa, is in Africa. I've been living in the US for 17 years now,
Wow.
but trust Africa is one of the fastest growing digital markets.
True.
Number one, the population is very young.
Yes.
There is an opportunity to build a strong cybersecurity ecosystem, like I told you before the start, through education,
Hmm.
innovation, and leadership.
Yes.
That's why, yeah, I mean, Africa is the future,
Yes.
and I'm
That
not
is so
biased.
true. Yeah, so many opportunities there. So, how important is cybersecurity for economic development and digital trust in emerging markets like in
And look
Africa?
at what happened with Air Cote d'Ivoire
Hmm.
recently. You know, without cybersecurity, there is no digital trust, and without
Yeah.
digital trust, there is no digital economy.
Hmm.
And we are all going digital.
Yes.
You know,
True.
so cybersecurity is very important and should be the heart of everything right now.
Hmm. So, let's talk a little bit about emerging threat and the future of cyber security. What cybersecurity risk should leaders be paying attention to over the next 5 years, you think?
For example, most of the people are now they don't do on primes anymore. Is all cloud. So
Hmm.
the first challenge will be the cloud security challenge,
Yes.
right? Let's
True.
look at what happened with AWS last week.
Hmm.
I think some of the data center in the Middle East were bombarded.
Yes.
You know, so cloud security challenge, critical infrastructure threats, and
Hmm.
the rise of AI. The bad people are using AI.
Yes.
So it's big. Like look at, for example, like before it was easy to recognize a phishing email, but with
Hmm.
AI, it takes a minute. Come on.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, so I will say AI driven cyber attack,
Hmm.
also supply chain attack too.
Yes. Hmm.
So, mm,
We live quite in a very fascinating world. So many challenges, things like that kind of excite me for people like us who are in cybersecurity field. It means we're gonna have pretty
mhm,
much a job security. There's always gonna be need for people with our
mhm.
skill set. So how do you say you mentioned AI? How do you say artificial intelligence reshaping cybersecurity, both in terms of threats and defensive capabilities as well?
Okay, AI should be our best friend. AI will empower the attacker and us, the defenders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, organization that combine um, human expertise with intelligent automation like AI will succeed. Like I read somewhere that organization that are not using AI right now, they go out of business in the next 5 years.
Wow.
And then we are, I mean, I was scared that AI was going to take my job. I'll
Mm-hmm.
admit that, but after reading and doing some research, I know that AI is not here to take my job. AI
Yes.
is here to take the job of the person who refuses to learn AI.
True.
Look, when you add AI on your resume or on LinkedIn, recruiters start reaching out to you right now
Yes.
because they know that AI is important. So AI is here to empower all of them, all of us, us protecting the organization and
Mm-hmm.
also empower the bad people.
Yes. And when it comes to AI, so it's still an emerging tech, what type of control or safeguard do you think should be applied when an organization deploys AI?
You know, um, first of all, invest inside your organization.
Mm.
Like I was sharing last time, have a not, this 1 hour cybersecurity awareness training that all employees have to take
Yes.
every year. Not stop doing that, please.
Mm-hmm.
Using like 5 minute video to
Mm-hmm.
show people in the organization how AI can be a threat, like
Yes.
how they can receive an email thinking that it is the boss that are emailing them, but it's not the boss. Show them
Mm.
real world example. Make them excited to learn about AI. Don't make it boring security training for them to learn.
Yes.
This is one of the steps.
Wow.
I don't need to agree.
No, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm gonna go into our last segment. We have about 25 minutes left, where I kind of try to get into your head and kind of try to get the leadership principles that have helped you be as successful as you are today. But before I do, how many languages do you speak? I know you at least speak French and English. Anything else?
Yes, I speak my African.
Mm-hmm.
I speak More. I understand Bambara. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like you guys did, like do Spanish in America. I did
Mm-hmm.
because I did all my not my undergrad. I went to college in the US, but from preschool to high school, I went to
Mm-hmm.
school in Burkina Faso. So my second language was German,
Wow. So
Dutch.
you speak five languages. That is
I can
absolutely awesome.
understand. I mean, not very, very fluent, but
Yeah,
I
but
can.
at least you understand and you have
Yes.
spoken. If you go
Mhm.
back to a region that speak the language, it
Yes.
should come
Mhm.
come back. Yeah, when my mother was alive, she used to make fun of me because my French was extremely poor. She still understood what I was saying, but if you don't speak French, you've lived in America for I don't know 20, 25 years, you kind of lose some of the words. But eventually, when you go back to France or a French-speaking country, it all
True.
comes back.
True.
So that is beautiful. Because the thing is, I don't know if you've experienced this, but when I came to America, I was like 17 years old. Of course, English wasn't my first language, and I was just learning how to speak. So a lot of people made fun of me, my accent, pronunciation, and all of that. But the thing that always I don't know. I thought was pretty interesting is most of them they hardly spoke English, and that was the only language they they knew. And I was speaking
That no,
five,
yeah.
six languages at the time. I mean, it is just funny to
And
me
then that
how.
was part. I used to be ashamed of my accent. Now it's part of my identity. And what
Yes,
um and what make me unique is my identity. You know what I
yes,
mean?
It is
So now
powerful.
I mean, and then I will tell you, like, trust me, if you want me to repeat 5 times, I will repeat 5 times because as
Yes,
I was, this is not my language. I learned it
hmm
after I
yes,
turned 19. So, what do you
yes.
expect from me? The accent will still be here, you know.
hmm
And what
No,
and that's what make us different.
that is really beautiful. But especially in this country, in the US, everybody speaks with an accent. You don't believe me? Just go
Mhm.
to
That's true.
London in
You go
England.
to
That's
New
where
York. Yeah, you go
that's
to New
where
York.
the English, yeah, originally came from. But anyway,
You go to New
wow,
York, it's different accent. You go to the
yeah,
South, different accent. You go to
yeah.
LA.
Well, when I first came to the US, I went to South Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It was very,
Okay,
very
okay.
difficult to understand them with their accent there, but eventually I got used to it. And both of my kids, they were born there. They really had a very strong Southern accent. And then when we moved to California, they completely changed
Mhm,
their accent. They sound all Valley, California now. But anyway,
mhm,
it's interesting to see. So let me ask you this: what do
mhm.
you believe is the greatest lesson you have ever learned in life, in leadership in general?
Right. The greatest lesson I learned
Mm-hmm.
in life is that you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Mm. Tell us more.
Yes. And then you have to have boundary. Us coming from Africa, they don't teach us boundaries.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They don't teach us no.
Yeah.
Like how to say no to people. It doesn't mean that you don't like them or love them. You have
Yes.
to, it's you first.
Mm. That's
Even
powerful.
when you love, you cannot, because if you keep pouring from your cup without refilling it, you
Mm-hmm.
are going to exhaust and become depressed.
Yes.
And also, a life lesson again is that what you give to people, don't expect that they will give it back to you.
Mm.
Give and
Powerful.
forget. And forget.
Yes.
Leadership lesson is
Mm.
that you don't need a title. You don't need a
Yes.
start to start leading.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in the leader.
Wow.
Your voice matters. Speak up. Yeah. And then
That's powerful.
Life
Um,
is a, how do they say, life is like a, I mean, the road of success is will be is and will always be under construction.
yes. So always progress. But I like what you say is you cannot give from an empty cup. What kind of things do you do to refill your cup?
Like,
How do you recharge?
take a mental day. Like, for example, 2 days ago, I did not work. I went to the mountain with my son. I took him out of
Mhm.
school. I'm going to post that on LinkedIn. And then
Yeah.
I did not have connection. I recharge.
Hmm.
You know, um, and also, like I told you, I'm in school right now for CMMC. I'm
Yes.
a continuous learner. Um,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, but it was not like that. I learned it from my past mistake.
Hmm.
You know, take care of
Yes.
myself. Um, I
Hmm.
make
I
sure
like
that
that.
I love to have fun. So everything I do, I will always have add fun in it. Even when how say boot camp, we
Hmm.
learn for 3 days, but we are also going to have fun.
Yes.
I I try to enjoy as I can, enjoy life as I can because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
True.
And then yeah, so this is how I refill my cup.
So let me ask you this. What do you believe is the secret to your success, right? You went from the world of finance into cybersecurity, a brand new endeavor, and then you got all of those certification. Moving to the US, you learned a brand new language. You became a consultant. Now you are a cybersecurity expert at BAE System. And then on top of that, you are also giving back and reaching out to West Africa, developing organizations that
And I
need
have my
big
own
safety there.
business.
Yes. So how why are you so successful? You
I don't think I'm okay. I will not be humble. I think I'm successful,
yes.
but my
Why?
bank account doesn't reflect that yet. But I believe I'm successful.
It will. Hmm.
Um, you know, life, like I said, the road of success will be always under construction. In
Hmm.
2018, I slept in my car. I experienced housing insecurity.
Mm.
I became a single mother. I lost my brother unexpectedly. So I think what really helped me is that I did not give up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
not giving up helped me succeed.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, not giving up, and I'm proud of that.
Yes. Yes. Wow. You are such an inspirational leader. Thank you for sharing that. Never, never, never give up.
Give up, not never. You might be one
Wow.
step away.
Yes.
The road of this success will
Wow.
always be under construction.
But for some people listening to us right now, hope seems like it's so far away. It's almost like an abstraction. How do you keep hope alive when you are not sure where your next meal might be coming from and you really truly struggle?
I am a believer. I was born and raised Catholic.
Hmm.
So my faith keep me hopeful.
Yes.
Whether
Wow.
you're believing in no, be just if even if you are not Christian, if you are
Hmm.
Muslim, if you believe in a rock,
Yes.
it will keep you hopeful.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. All right. And I know that leaders are learners. I think I know the answer to this. What are you learning these days? I believe you are uh, taking courses, you said, for the CMMC, right?
Mhm.
In
And then I'm starting a climate career leadership journey. Even if you online, you want to join, and
hmm.
then quarterly, I will take a group of women, like from executive to entry level, to
Hmm.
talk about the book. So more
Oh,
reading.
nice.
And the first book we are reading is "Nice Girl Don't Get the Office Corner."
Wow.
Um, so that, and then I'm working out now. I try to do my at least my 5,000 to 10,000 step a day,
Hmm.
and then go to the gym at least once a week. Adding that because doing a lot of things make you stressful, and when you
Hmm.
stress, m- make you stress, and when you stress, you cannot product.
Yes.
Yeah. So I do that, and then I'm in school for my CCP and my CCA. Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
I'll become a certified CMMC professional by end of April, and by end of June, I'll become a finger crossed a certified CMMC assessor.
Wow, that is really awesome. Man, you never stop learning, do you?
You know
Okay.
what? I cybersecurity also keep changing, so we have
Mm-hmm.
to keep learning.
True, true, true. Wow, that is quite amazing. So, what about failure? I have this coin which I like. My
Mhm.
one of my best skipper gave it to me. On one side it says success, and on the other side it says failure. So two sides of the same coin. And usually, when we have interviews and podcasts, we always talk about your successes. What about failure? How has failure shaped your life?
I'm so grateful for all my failure.
Mm,
It success does not teach you anything.
true.
Failure does. So
Mm,
failure make you become successful.
I like that.
You know, it is proven,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm. Yeah, I believe it was JFK, right, who said that success has many favors, but failure is an orphan. But yes,
Yes.
you learn so much more when you fail than when you
What do
succeed.
you learn from your
True.
success? Nothing. What do you learn from your failure? That you
Yes.
should have done this instead of doing this.
Wow. That is quite amazing. Is there one failure you are willing to share?
Okay, my CISA. I
Mm-hmm.
took my CISA 3 times. Today I'm a CISA, right? I'm a certified
Yes.
information system auditor. But I did
Yes.
just pass it at the first time. I took it 3 times,
Wow. And,
and then I learned that, for example, at the first time I sat for the CISA was when I was mourning my brother. When your
mm-hmm.
mind is not right, there's no way you can go and study and pass something. Don't I learned that
Yes.
if you are studying for a certification or anything,
Mm-hmm.
it starts with your mind, whether you're smart or
Yes.
not. You know.
Yes.
Um, the second time, it was like 2 years after I failed. I just wanted to pass. I was just learning by heart, you know,
Yes.
and I failed. And I'm like, you know what? No more learning about heart. Try to understand, even
Mm.
if it's gonna take me 1 year.
Yes.
I'm going to read, understand, take the practice exam until
Mm-hmm.
I score like 80 to 90%. So patience.
Wow.
Yes. So
It goes back to what you said earlier.
from
Never give up.
2018, my first trial, to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, and thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing that. I was just saying it's like what you said earlier, right? Never give up, and
Yeah.
it's really beautiful to see people like you, even though you have a lot of challenges ahead of you, but you keep moving forward, and that's very inspirational. Wow. So, is what do you think is one of the greatest fear you have had to overcome in life?
The greatest fear I had to overcome in life, being alone.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that I needed someone to be a better me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I need like I mean, husband is important. You know what I mean? That I needed to have like a lot of friends. No,
Yes.
you had the fear of being alone, but now you have to be able to be happy alone,
Mm-hmm.
eat alone, learn alone, travel alone. You
Yeah.
become a whole, and
Mm.
after that, you become like a magnet.
Yes.
You will start attracting people, the right people to you,
Mm.
instead of chasing people.
Yes.
So I never wanted to be alone. I used to have a lot of friends, but now I identify myself as a lion. The lion is always alone,
Wow.
right? And the lion is very strong.
Thank you for sharing that. I know in everybody's leadership journey, you do need to get to know yourself, and you can't really do that if you are always surrounded by a whole bunch of people. So you need to spend some time alone, meditate, and get to know yourself, your skill, your weaknesses, what you like, what you don't, your core values, who you are as a person, and then kind of let that purpose guide you throughout all of your life. Wow.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that. If you could choose three people to have dinner with, right? They could be alive, they could be dead, or even fictitious character. Who would you choose and why?
My little brother,
Hmm.
he died after he became a doctor. He died a month
Oh
after. So he
no.
studied for 14 years in medical school. So I'd like to have dinner with him and tell him that he should have enjoyed his life instead of
Yes.
he was just focusing on his studies. And I'm like, how,
Hmm.
and he always said that he will start enjoying after he became a doctor. He will
Mm.
become a doctor. So I would want him, and then,
Yes.
and, and tell him that I would try to make him proud. So
Yes.
my brother, and, um, Michelle Obama,
Hmm.
because she's very smart. She doesn't let her color define her.
Yes.
And then, she's a hard worker. And then every time I listen to her on a show or on a podcast, I
Hmm.
always learn something. And I love when she say when they go low, you go high.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's something that when someone try to diminish me, you know, before I used to fight, but I just tell myself when they go low, you go high. Like I remember I was
Yes.
going, not my current employer, but I was going to Burkina Faso one time, and one of my boss asked me um what did she say? What is the quarantine days for Ebola? And I said,
Mm.
what? I'm like, there's no Ebola in my country. She said she Googled there's Ebola
Oh my
in
goodness.
Kivu. I did not even know where was Kivu, you
Yeah.
know. And then I went high.
Man, that's so silly.
you know, see how people high. And then after Michelle Obama, um Gary V.
Hmm.
Gary V, because I think that Gary V is is he has a big, his vision is always right. He's a
Hmm.
strategist, you know. For example, Gary V is all about social media, and
Yes.
I learned it all from him. And I can see that by applying what Gary V teaches his audience, my LinkedIn, that's what I apply on my LinkedIn. So I would like to sit
Nice.
with him and keep getting tips.
That's good. Yeah, he's really good with marketing for
Mhm.
sure. So, what are some of the books you've read that we should read? You've already mentioned one. This one, "Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office." Why should we read this book?
Because it teaches you that getting nice, excuse my French, kissing asses is
Hmm.
not gonna get you where you wanna go.
Ça, ce
You
n'est
have
pas
to
français. C'est pas français du tout. American need to stop saying that. Excuse my French. That's not French at all. That's American. That's English. Okay. French, French,
okay.
French speaking people get offended because that's not French. That's
Yes, okay.
all right.
So it teaches you that you don't have to be mean, but you have to have a personality.
Yes.
Not by saying yes, boss, yes, man, we get you
Mhm.
where you want to go. You
Yes.
know, it teaches you stuff that you wish your younger self knew, but it's never
Yeah.
late.
Very good. And then I also,
And I also love Let Them from Mel Robbins.
yes, I think I have that here. My wife gave it to me for Christmas. It's a
I'm
green
actually going to see her in April.
and it,
I love it. Mhm.
Anyway, it's here somewhere.
Mhm.
I like that book too, Mel Robbins. I think it's
Yes,
already on the digital library for the leadership and
and
success podcast.
also
And I think she wrote that book with her daughter, right? If I remember.
no, alone.
Okay.
Hmm. It's a green cover. I have
Yeah.
it also here. Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
have it
also,
somewhere.
some of Dale Carnegie,
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
Leader in Me. No, Simon Sinek.
Yeah, that kind of, I guess one of his most famous book is How to Win
Out,
Friends and
out,
Influence
yeah.
People. Right?
But also, like Simon Sinek,
Is it the
The
why
Leader in Me
the why book?
is white and red. He
Yeah.
has two books, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also there's this book that I read. It's from John Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the title.
I am pretty sure I have that. The one we're studying right now on my podcast is this one, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Uh,
I have my book.
and I guess the one from Simon Sinek one is Start with Why. Is that one of them?
Yes, start with why.
Yeah.
Start with why. And also, I think he's the one who said leader it last.
Yes, that is Simon Sinek too. Leaders, it lasts. Now, there is another book I saw on your LinkedIn page. Do you recommend this one, Stronger Together, Women in Cybersecurity?
Yes, I recommend because I'm not the author.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read it, but I believe it's a good book. I know
Okay,
David means. Yeah.
very good.
He
Wow,
gave me two copy for my previous conference to give away.
very good.
So,
So, what is maybe a song or a book or even a movie that would be your life's theme or anthem?
oh my God, what movie? Oh my goodness, I watched it not too long ago. Okay, I watched this movie many times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, The War Room.
The War Room.
The
Nice.
War Room is all about faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is a movie that I watched maybe 6 times.
Yes,
Um,
I believe it's available on Netflix now, right? With
Amazon, yes, Amazon. The
Amazon.
War Room with
With
Priscilla
Priscilla.
Shannon.
Priscilla
Yeah,
Shannon, yeah.
yes.
Great movie.
All about faith.
Classic.
That's
Yes,
what keeps me faithful, like a hopeful, like I just told you guys.
yes.
Um, you said
Hmm.
song.
Is there
Um,
maybe a song that inspires you when you feel down or upset or
this is
depressed?
my fight song. You know this song?
Yes.
I love.
Who's that by?
Oh my God, I know the song, but I don't know the singer.
That's
Fight.
fine. I will find out. This is
It's
my
Rachel Platten fight song.
okay.
And then there's a Burkinabe guy that just made a song not too long ago. The title is Success.
Very
His name
good.
is Smarty.
Mm-hmm. Smarty.
That's yeah. You know, there is
Fantastic.
like I have season like where
Yes.
I'll be listening to this and then I will go back and listen to this. You know,
Very good.
yeah.
All right. So let me ask you: if you had one and only one day to live, we have about 5 minutes left. What would you have liked your final contribution to be?
Make Africa the hub of cybersecurity. You heard what I said? Hello? Are you there?
I was
That
just
I said make cybersecurity, make Africa the hub of cybersecurity
that is
with
good.
like data center all powered by solar
Yes.
energy, stuff like that. You know, we
Yeah.
get that.
Sure. And I guess one big opportunity in African countries right now is because they were so behind, they can skip a lot of the progress that Western countries, Europe and America have done, and just come to the emerging tech right away, right? And I think that is
Especially,
a huge advantage.
especially with AI.
Yeah, true. Wow. Okay. So, if you had a magic wand and you could solve any problem in the world, what is the one problem you'd like to solve first thing tomorrow morning?
Racism.
Hmm.
People are racist because they are ignorant.
Yes. Yes. Okay. If you had the ear of every young woman in America for the next 60 seconds, especially women of color, what would you tell them to do tomorrow morning?
Now, repeat. What would I tell them
So,
to do? So,
yeah,
what will happen to them?
if every woman of
If I
color
have the ear,
in America could listen to you for the next 60 seconds, what would you tell them to do?
this, this is our power. This color does not define us. It make us different. We
Mm,
make us unique. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to be
yes.
stronger together. We have to keep learning, um,
Mm,
educating ourselves, and make sure we invest in our kids because our
yes.
kids are the future.
Mm,
Let's network harder together and invest in the younger generation because
that's
we are
powerful.
stronger together.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, all good things do come to an end. So we are coming toward the end of the podcast. What can we do to add value back to you?
To add value back to me, you can join me in my movement, whether it's SheLeadsTech Colorado. I mean,
Mm,
SheLeadsTech is not my trademark, like I told you. I founded it in Colorado,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm working on my own trademark that will be called the Gaëlle Initiative for Trade and for STEM and Trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then so follow me on LinkedIn, join my initiative, whether it's SheLeadsTech, WISIS, West Africa, and then all are going to be under one umbrella that will be called Get
Nice.
Again Initiative the next 2 years.
And what are you planning for January 2027?
You know, every year I have a yearly conference. I started with 50
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, now with 250. Is a day for us to uplift, start the year by
Yes.
uplifting, each other. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's usually a 1 day conference from
Yes.
8 to 6. We pamper you, we connect, make sure that there are like the right leader in the room. At
Mm-hmm.
my conference, there is no title on your badge. And then when you come, you stay. So we are
Yes.
going to have it again next year for the fourth time at the Inverness Resort and Spa from
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This year I had like 9 states were represented, and then someone even came from Canada.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they all are already asking me when is the next date, when is next, because it's always
Yes.
sold out. And it doesn't, it's like $35, but it's all sponsored. So you get like a 1,800 to 1,000 VIP treatment.
Yes. Wow,
And
that
you
is
go back
awesome.
with knowledge that you will apply in your life and in your at your organization.
And all they have to do is follow you on
On
LinkedIn, right?
LinkedIn,
That's
yeah.
right. Very good. Wow, that is so powerful. Okay, so is there a question I should have asked you, Gael, that I didn't get a chance to ask you today?
I don't think so. I think,
Okay.
oh yeah, do you think of any?
Okay, so in that case, let's end. It's gonna take only a couple of minutes with a lightning round. So you're gonna have to think fast. Okay, the first thing that comes to your mind, give it to us. What is one word that defines great leadership? One word. Okay, you're taking too long. Whatever comes to your
I'm
mind
thinking
first.
of that word that define leadership. Put yourself. I cannot. Um, cannot. I cannot.
Earlier when we were speaking, you talked about influence, not title. Would influence be that word maybe?
No responsibility.
Responsibility, like that, okay? What is a morning routine or practice that keeps you grounded?
Praying
Okay. What is a book or a quote that changed your life?
when they go low, you go high.
Yeah, and that's by our first lady forever, Michelle Obama. All
It
right.
makes me
So
not fight anymore.
who, ins- who inspire you the most today?
Me?
Okay. All right. That's the first time I've heard someone being inspired by themselves. That's really great. Okay. What is a leadership habit that you refuse to compromise on?
What's a leadership what?
Habit you refuse
Habit.
to compromise on.
Cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yes. Okay. What is a question every leader should ask frequently?
Is everything okay?
And what did you want to be when you were a kid?
Engineer, civil
Okay.
engineer.
Very good. I guess you got a Master of Science, right, in information systems. Not quite engineering, but it's pretty close. Okay. What are three adjectives describing you as a child?
Oh wow. Shoddy.
Mm-hmm. Two more.
Um, smart.
Mm-hmm.
Very generous.
Okay. What about as an adult?
Generous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, creative.
Okay. One more.
Hard worker.
Very good. And I like to end on a positive note. What is something you are feeling optimistic about?
I'm going somewhere and all of you are coming with me.
Wow, that's beautiful. All right. So to end, this is the very last question. What is one word that represents our shared experience on this podcast today?
It was amazing.
Amazing. Well, I am so grateful, Gaëlle Koanda. You were our master teacher today. Thank you so much for sharing from your
I'm asking you the
experience.
last. Please, I'm asking you the last question that you
Okay,
asked.
go
What you
ahead.
just asked me? What is one word that will?
Yeah, I think every time I do this, I am always so grateful. People like you for taking the time to come and speak to my audience and sharing from your filled cup. And hopefully, we keep your cup full. And I know we had to reschedule 2 or 3 times. You are a very busy woman, busy in Colorado, across America, and in Western Africa. You're doing a lot of good work now. Any way we can support you, let us know. But very grateful that you took the time
Thank you
today
so
to
much
speak to
for
us.
having
So it's
me.
perfect. Merci beaucoup. Yeah. Au revoir.
Dernier. À bientôt.
Bye. Well, au revoir. Okay, everybody. So that was Gaëlle Koanda. Very glad and honored to be talking to her today. And I just love seeing people like that who really put everything on the line, and it is really beautiful to see. So before we go, as you guys know, we are celebrating Black History Year on the Leadership and Success podcast. Not just a month, no, 28 days is not long enough to talk about Black history, which is American history. So for today, let me share my screen. I want to hold on a second. I I am going to share my screen here. Just one moment. This technology, it's something. Okay, let me go back to this. Should be able to share. Let's give it a minute. Okay. All right. Let me do it this way. All right. Come on, computer. I don't know why my computer is a little bit slow right now, but as you guys know, I pretty much have like two vignette for I did for Black History Month, but now we're gonna do the same for Black History Year. So the very first one is right today in history. So today is March the 7th, right? So on March the 7th, 1994, women assigned to a U.S. Navy combatant ship for the first time. So that only happens in 1994. On March 7, the U.S. Navy issued the first order assigning women to serve permanently aboard the combatant ship. That was the USS Dwight Eisenhower. Prior to that, women were not allowed. Okay, so this is quite a historic moment. And then the other thing in Black history I wanted to celebrate is the very first African American millionaire. His name was William Lidesdorf. I think I have a picture of him. That's what he looks like. It's pretty amazing. And he was born in 1841 in the San Francisco Bay Area. So pretty amazing. So to end with Black History Month, and then that's going to be the end of the show. I also want to talk about March 7th for Bloody Sunday, right? And I do have a quick video clip about that, and that's going to end our show today.
They came with horses. They came with nightsticks. And I was standing and people were running because they were beating them. I did not run, so he hit me at the base of my neck. And I became unconscious.
Photos of a woman tear-gassed and beaten unconscious by Alabama state troopers are among the most iconic images of the civil rights movement. The woman was Amelia Boynton Robinson, a leader of the campaign for black voting rights in Selma, Alabama, and the first black woman to seek a seat in the US Congress from that state. She had helped organise a demonstration on March 7, 1965, to protest the killing of a young African-American church deacon named Jimmy Lee Jackson by an Alabama state trooper, and to continue the fight for voting rights. The Selma establishment was known to be among the most egregious in barring blacks from the polls. But what started as a peaceful protest ended with unspeakable violence. The veteran activist clearly recalls the events of that day, and she recently recounted them to middle school students in Los Angeles.
Under Dr. King, we decided that what we need to do is to have a bill that would let Negroes become registered voters. We were going to march from Selma, Alabama, which is on the river bridge, to Montgomery. I was near the front at the beginning. They came with horses. They came with nightsticks, and I was standing and people were running because they were beating them. And then he hit me on my shoulder. I did not run, so he hit me at the base of my neck, and I became unconscious. They drug me off of the highway, and there I lay. I don't know how long, but somebody said to one of the state troopers, "She's dead." So they reported it to Jim Clark, who's sheriff, and he said, "If she's dead, let her alone and let the bus seat."
Images of the atrocities that day sparked shock and outrage across the globe. When Boynton Robinson became aware of the magnitude of the malfeasance that occurred on Bloody Sunday, it intensified her resolve.
So it made my determination to do better and go farther.
Boynton Robinson was present at the White House when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act into law in August 1965. The episode became known as Bloody Sunday. It sparked worldwide outrage and helped garner support for the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. As the 50th anniversary of the event approaches on March 7th, Boynton Robinson is not bitter. Instead, she remains resolute in her belief that although she almost died fighting for freedom, the struggle was worthwhile.
After Bloody Sunday, people began to wake up, and those who have arisen because of our Bloody Sunday, they have excelled.
Despite her age, Boynton Robinson's activism is far from done. The matriarch of the civil rights movement believes there is still a long way to go. She appealed to today's generation to embrace the lessons of the struggle and not take their vote for granted.
And I am still determined that these young people will realize that a voteless people is a hopeless people. If we don't register and don't fight for your rights, then we are hopeless, whether it's an individual or a group of people. We are no citizen at all.
Also, that was Bloody Sunday, March 7, 1965, in Selma, Alabama. And I used to live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, not too far from Selma. But that's, again, one of the reasons why, as a U.S. citizen, especially as a Black man in America, I have to vote every single election. And I will vote in person every single election. Local election, county election, state election, and definitely federal election when we vote for president. It is a privilege. It is a right. It was written in our Constitution, right? And in Alabama, in Selma in 1965, it didn't want Black people to exercise that right. And that's just not right. Anyway, so that's why I think it's important to remember its history. So I am going to end the show by recognizing a great leader of the civil right movement. That's Reverend Dr. Jesse Jackson, who passed away last month. And I wrote an article about that leadership lesson from the Reverend, Keeping Hope Alive. And without Jesse Jackson, right, there would not be Obama. That's for sure. So yesterday was the day of his memorial. And President Obama gave a pretty powerful eulogy. Again, you can read my post on LinkedIn, and you can watch the entire thing. It's about 28 minutes long, but I'm just going to play you a very, very small clip of that, and that's going to be the end of the show today. Here we go.
They came with horses. They came with nightsticks, and I was standing and people were running because they were beating them. I did not run, so he hit me at the base of my neck, and I became unconscious.
Photos of a woman tear-gassed and beaten unconscious by Alabama state troopers are among the most iconic images of the civil rights movement. The woman.
So it may be tempting to get discouraged, to give in to cynicism. It may be tempting for some to compromise with power and grab what you can, or even for good people to maybe just put your head down and wait for the storm to pass. But this man, Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, inspires us to take a harder path. His voice calls on each of us to be heralds of change, to be messengers of hope, to step forward and say, send me. Wherever we have a chance to make an impact, whether it's in our school, or our workplaces, or our neighborhoods, or our cities, not for fame, not for glory, or because success is guaranteed, but because it gives our life purpose. Because it aligns with what our faith tells us God demands. And because if we don't step up, no one else will.
Thank you for tuning in to the Leadership and Success Podcast with your host, Coach BZ. If today's episode added value to your leadership journey, be sure to subscribe, share, and join us again for more wisdom nuggets on how to lead better and achieve greater success. Remember, leadership is the most critical skill of our time. The world will always need leaders to inspire others, drive innovation, and execute meaningful strategy. So why not count yourself among the bold leaders shaping the 21st century? Until next time, stay inspired, stay committed, and keep leading with excellence.